cousin.
Hey, cousin.
Welcome to Calling Cousins. This is Cousin Ash, married with two kids, a boy and a girl, calling from Arizona. We want to thank everyone for joining us today.
Cousin Shaw here. I'm a single mom of one boy calling from Colorado. Parenting can be beautiful, but it can also be ugly. We hope that these topics bring you and your family some knowledge and understanding.
And remember, silence is golden unless you have a toddler.
All right, so today's topic is the do's and don'ts of summer.
All
And we have
kinds.
a few articles. So we're got we're got we got a one that's about a picnic, and then a few that's like, beach time and just summer stuff that's pretty common.
Did you just say picnic?
I did say picnic.
All right, on to the picnic. Oh
All
man,
right. These are kind of cute. Like
they
these
are kind of cute.
you never think about a picnic, but it's just we got one of those old school baskets that has like the cup and everything in there.
Like when
And
we were kids, you mean?
yeah, but it's like a
Yeah.
real one, like a grown-up one. So
Oh,
it has like four sets of forks and all this stuff. It's like perfect for my little family, right? So we
right.
can go in there. And then I went to grab it well, now a few months ago, but I went to grab it and the freaking handle broke and it's wood. So now I'm like, what do I do?
You can't
Because
just
it's so cute.
maybe put on a leather handle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh,
You
we're
can
so
just.
smart.
We're so smart. As my mom always says, great
Great
minds think
minds.
alike, and so do ours.
But anyway, these probably don't have to do with the baskets. So
Well, some
let's
it
just
might it might because I saw
maybe.
one, but we'll just jump into it here. So the first one is be weather conscious. So pay attention to what's going to happen. Is it going to rain? Is it going to be hot? You know,
Right.
pretty
Like right now, it's kind of
self-explanatory.
funny because being in Arizona, I do not want to do a picnic at all. Like that sounds awful right
That
now, which is
sounds
why when we were
horrible.
planning, it was a few months ago. Um, but uh this is still, I don't know, maybe this is it's weird. It's weird being from Arizona because this isn't like a summer thing to me. It's like a spring fall thing, but that's fine. We're just gonna still go with it.
What's the spring fall thing?
Like a
Oh, I
picnic.
see.
A
I
picnic.
see. I got it. I am understanding what's happening now. I was like, it's definitely
Sorry.
summer, cousin. I don't know what's your problem.
I know I made it confusing, but being in we just went to Estes Park, very good picnic weather
Which I don't
currently
think
there
the listeners remember that you've been in Colorado for,
since April.
yeah, since mid-April.
So
And it
a couple
is,
months.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Oops.
But yeah.
So yeah, okay, that totally makes sense. So yeah, definitely pay attention to the weather because I mean I'm funny because I except for during the winter, and granted I'm from Colorado, so your with winter would be different, but um and obviously weather is different around the world. Not everybody's from Colorado. But anyways, I keep a an umbrella in my purse all the time because I need it for rain or shine. Like I don't like it when it's hot or I don't yeah, I like it when it's hot and I like it for when it's raining. So
Yeah,
I'm constantly prepared there.
that's so smart because I keep one in my car, which I think a lot of people do, but
I
even
have,
like
yeah.
for the sunny days, I just like when it's hot, like right now, it's like 100 and something degrees outside, like
Yeah.
110 or something, I think. And I'm like, yeah, just don't go outside.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, but like sometimes like I need to, I don't know, go to the store or something, I don't know, or take my son outside to the park. I don't know. But either way, I always and then I have more umbrellas in my car. I think I have three umbrellas in my car and then one in my purse.
I mean, it's good. You're prepared.
On this next one, it says do bring a cooler, definitely, but make sure you pack correctly. I feel like so many
Yeah.
people don't pack their coolers correctly. And
Yeah,
so, like, I felt bad when we were up in Estes. My mom had it packed all perfectly, and I had to grab something way at the bottom.
of
So I feel
course.
like, yeah, and then everything just got messed up instantly. So I feel like that something should have been at the top.
Yeah, I agree. We had it because when we were up there for a few days, we had like, milk in one, and then we had juice in another, and I was trying to separate like drinks from food. And for some reason, I put milk with the food because like we are using it to scramble eggs and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it was a whole. I was like, okay, milk is a drink. It goes with the drinks so that nothing falls over when I take it out. It's a whole thing. I rearrange those things probably every day, but that's fine. It's
Well,
fine.
and that's true. I mean, they have some really cool like packs and stuff that you can get, like ice packs or whatever, so that you don't have to deal with the ice, but like also, and one thing like I tend to do, oh, or you could, well, no, just kidding, I take that back. I was gonna say you could get dry ice, but
Oh, I mean, you
yeah,
probably could, but then you risk touching it,
yeah, and you can't just put it in a bag, right?
right?
Okay,
Because it like
okay,
blows up the bag, I think,
yeah,
or like
yeah.
the air. Yeah, you know what I mean.
And you can also, like you said, bring different coolers or whatever. Like, what if you had, like, what I try to do is I try to like keep things, so I keep the ice right at the bottom. Like, I put a layer of ice or whatever, and then I keep things grabbable. So, like, I'll put them sideways instead of flat
Hmm.
so that they're taller, right? And then you could just grab it and then you could just shove it back in there. That's kind of what I try to do.
I did that too, but this time I was kind of bummed because our meat packet or whatever was sideways and it still got water in there, and I was like, damn it. But I have a hack for this that I just thought of.
Okay,
Um,
let's see it. Let's hear it.
we when we were on the lake earlier that same week, that we went to Estes, we froze water bottles and then put water bottles in there as the ice
Yep,
cubes
definitely do
because
that.
yeah, because then it doesn't make everything wet, but it still keeps everything cool.
Yeah, that's so smart. And you could do that with all kinds of drinks. Well, maybe not like pop,
Right.
because
Yeah,
that'll
don't do that with your
explode.
soda. But we had like the big like gallon juice container, maybe like half gallon, whatever it is, 2 liter, I don't know. Juice, and we could have done that easily with the juice, especially for a longer trip, like the one we were up there for 4 days.
Well, and especially with
So
juice or water, pour some of it out um, before you freeze it because the water expands and so then it won't
yep,
explode.
so smart.
This
But
next one,
yeah,
I didn't even know
there's
they
hack.
made this, but a waterproof blanket, so that you can have some, like say the waters or the ground's wet from um, like a earlier rain or the sprinklers or something, then you could still sit on the ground with your blanket not soaking up all the liquid and mud and grossness. That's cool. Good idea.
Interesting. Not me Googling waterproof blanket
As
right
we
now.
speak. This next one seems a little, I mean, I'm all about this, but this next one seems a little bit too much to bring. Um, Cushions and pillows. That seems a little bit, but to each his own. That might sound fantastic to you. Make some room in your car for that. I'm just going to keep running through these while cousin Googles her waterproof blanket.
No, it's definitely a thing, but also it's like a weird thing. This was like waterproof blankets for intimacy. Oh, okay, got weird.
Oh,
So,
oh wow. Moving on, moving
anyways,
on.
they're there. They're there. You just Google them. Anyways, something I wanted to say about the cushions and pillows. We talked about because the kids keep wanting to go stargazing. And so
How
we talk
cute.
about like doing a picnic and going out and looking, but like doing that in the bed of the truck. So like
Yeah.
getting a bunch of blankets and pillows and stuff. That was the only time where I could see me doing that. But I agree, the cushions and pillows just for like a blanket out in the middle of nowhere seems like an extra step I wouldn't do.
Well, then you'd have to get waterproof, blah, 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 waterproof blankets, and that seems not, nope. Like that just
Yeah,
seems like too much to me.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. It's too much. But to each their
So
own.
that's true. That's true. This one's pretty obvious. Find a spot in the shade if you can. Show up early. Maybe go scout out where you're planning on going. I do this. I go above, right? I'll scout it out the night before or the week before, whatever. Okay, this is where I want to be. So then I don't have to like show up and it's all chaos and crazy and I don't know where I'm going. Um, but
Fair.
definitely find shade. But again, get umbrellas, man. You can get big umbrellas. They have umbrellas that sit on your chairs. So like in your camping chairs, you can just buy an umbrella um umbrella chair, maybe that's what they're called. What I did for a few years, now the umbrella broke, but Five Below had these giant umbrellas, like I'm talking giant, like I don't know. I'm trying to think, like probably
Like a
4 by
table
4.
umbrella.
Yeah, it was like yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe not that big because that's like I don't know, but it was probably like 4 foot diameter, probably, which is like giant. And
Right.
like it had the super long stick so that you could like stab it in the ground or on the picnic table. But I'm thinking picnic table and I'm thinking like the 10, 10 wide. But this was only like
Oh,
4. Yeah, this was
but still
not
bigger than a regular umbrella.
bigger, much bigger than regular. So, anyways, but what I did was I took that long thing and I kind of inweaved it in my camping chair. Now I did bend it a little bit on accident. You could probably do it without bending it. Um,
Mhm.
but then I just like stuck it in my chair and then I had full coverage and I didn't have to hold it or anything, which was glorious. And then I stored it in my camping chair bag. So it was always with my camping chair. And again,
Yep.
it worked for rain and it worked for sun too. It was glorious and everybody loved it. They were jealous. And then it broke.
I had we just bought this one that I'm now obsessed with at Costco, and it has these little handles so you can like literally screw it into the ground, and then
Oh,
it's meant for like the beach. So it also has an anchor. So once you screw it in, it has like this spot where you can throw sand on it to make it. Oh my gosh, I tried it when we went to Lake McConaughey. It was the best thing ever, but it wouldn't work in all ground situations because it was plastic, right? So like if
right.
I try to do it in a hard, but like at a picnic spot where I'm picturing like a park where the ground is a little bit softer, it would still be perfect for that too. So Costco, in case anybody is looking for a good beach umbrella. I almost said blanket.
Definitely. Definitely. Um, awesome. Okay, this next one, it just says remove your shoes.
Duh.
Oh, when you go on the blanket or mat. Okay, that's
I mean,
pretty.
I can't say that we do that, but I mean, I don't
It
know.
kind of depends. It kind of depends. I saw this one thing and I feel like we talked about it like on one of our first episodes, but like you take a fitted sheet,
Oh
um,
yeah.
yeah, for babies or whatever, and then you put like rocks on all corners or whatever so that the baby has this nice like area that like sand doesn't just kick onto, but it's kind of like lifted a little bit. Um, but I feel like I don't know. It depends on how big the blanket. If the blanket's like I don't know, like a king size or whatever, that's doable because you can like sit on it, hang your feet off or whatever. But if it's like a smaller blanket, that's going to be kind of hard because you're going to have all your stuff on there. I don't know. That seems kind of difficult. I do say when you're camping though, for sure leave them shoes outside. Or like take them off, have a little brush them off, bang them, get all the dirt and crap out because when it gets in your tent, it is nearly impossible to get it out of your tent. Off a
Yep.
blanket, you just flip the blanket and it seems pretty easy to me.
Agreed.
Um, but definitely tent, I would say keep your shoes off. Out, whatever.
Yeah. We could go on a whole nother rant about tents, actually. That should be another podcast. Tent
We can add it.
camping hacks.
We could just add it in here. What you got? Let's hear them. Because some of these are
Um,
kind of
well, I just feel like we always have like a little mud room inside because we've gone camping a few times where it's raining and I don't want to take off my shoes outside.
yeah.
But if we set up like a little spot specifically for shoes that you just like tuck them right there and then the rest of the tent is clear. But then of course we have a mini broom that I think every tent should have a broom with it because
Yes.
you got to clean up your mess.
Yes. My mom, I hated it, but my mom was always like, you know, brush it out before you pack it away and that kind of stuff. And like, I hated doing it because, like I said, it's nearly impossible to get all the dirt out. But like, it does make a difference, especially when you're like, you go the next time. It's not going to have this old, smelly, wet dirt, you
Right.
know?
It really
So
does make a difference.
it does. I have to concur. Ugh. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Share responsibilities. That's pretty, yeah. I mean, even if you have little kids, have them carry a hat or something.
Or even like the
Every,
blanket,
yeah,
like
just don't let them
something
drag it.
light.
Yeah.
Right. Fair.
Man, my son, this poor kid, he's getting used to, I keep telling him, like, if you want to be big and strong, you got to carry this heavy thing. But he is getting much better at carrying things and not dragging things. It's taken me a couple of years, but definitely another thing my mom always says is gentle pressure relentlessly applied.
Yep. That's a family motto. I
Prepare
swear.
whatever food you can ahead of time. That's a good one. Especially like say you're gonna make burritos or um what's another one? Like say you're gonna make eggs and sausage or something like that. You can put that stuff like like the eggs, you can like pre-crack the eggs and throw them in a bag and then throw the sausage in bags. So you just have to like dump and
Hmm.
cook it or whatever. And then like burritos, so easy. You can pre-make those and then keep them in the twin foil and warm them up by the fire or whatever. That's really easy. Um, I'm trying to think of another way that you can pre-prep the food.
See,
You
mine would be like the fruit. Like, make sure if you're bringing a watermelon, cut
pre-cut,
it up. Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
But so basically the sides, like, and then potato salad or, whatever side dish, macaroni salad, whatever you bring is like ready to go in the container. But I
Yeah.
do like, usually with the sandwiches, we usually do bring everything and make sandwiches there so that they don't get soggy.
Well, that's definitely, yeah, I was gonna say soggy sandwiches are no fun. But you could um no, because that would even get I was gonna say peanut butter and jelly, but that even gets soggy. Because I do that for my son all the time and I feel bad. So he gets soggy sandwiches all the time.
I mean, we do it. We've done it before where like we make our own little Uncrustables because I know they make them for sun butter because my kids are allergic to peanut butter, right? I know that they're
Right.
out there, but I'm cheap and I already bought the stuff, so I just make them myself still.
Oh yeah, they're pretty
Um,
easy to make. People
yeah,
think they're hard and they're not.
no, and I bought the little thingies that I didn't even really need to buy, but I already bought them. So I already have them and it's just super easy. So when I freeze them, like you do with the Uncrustables, right? And then we bring those to a picnic, then they're not soggy by the time we're ready to eat them. So we have done that before.
Okay, okay.
But
Yeah, but
like
like if
even
you're
then,
having,
like,
go ahead.
okay, ahead.
No, you're good.
No, you first.
I was gonna say, but if you're doing like the the condiments type sandwiches, not gonna travel well. That will definitely
Yeah.
get soggy.
And I have done it before where I've put like the meat and the cheese on and then just brought the mustard and I almost said ketchup, gross. The mustard and
Ew.
mayonnaise. I know. Well, it's like, mustard and ketchup. You just say them together, whatever. Anyway, I
No,
brought
gross.
the stuff to go on there, but like made it, ready. So it's just easy. You just gotta squirt the stuff on and call it good.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, excuse me, I burped.
Let's see. Pack any food. Oh, um,
That's funny. Do you pack any food when possible in a crush-proof container? Do you remember our first road trip?
no.
We bought this
I
thing for a loaf of bread. Not the little one, the one where we went to Arizona together.
Oh, I
And
mean, I
we
remember that road trip, but I don't remember issues.
well, we bought a container to hold our bread, right? And it was like this thing we could put in the cooler or whatever, so that it didn't squish our bread. I remember being very excited about it. And then we had it cracked open and water got in there from the cooler. And we had to stop by
Oh,
the store and get a whole nother loaf of bread.
oh no.
You don't remember that at all?
No. Wait, I remember because that when we stopped in that kind of sketchy area
Oh yeah, super
and we were
sketchy
like,
town.
we don't want to get out of the car.
Yeah, we
Okay,
did
okay, I
not.
remember that.
Yeah, yep.
I remember
So we had to
stopping, but I
get
don't
bread.
remember why. Okay,
Yep, for the bread because we
that's
got the
hilarious.
crush proof container, but it was not waterproof. It was a whole thing. Like
But
I
we
remember
were
that.
like 16 and 18, so we were already
Yeah.
doing pretty good. I thought we were doing
Yeah, I agree. We killed it. We did awesome.
that.
But it's just funny. I remember that.
I have to complain about this list because it keeps saying do pack any food, do share responsibility. Like you don't need do, like just
Right.
pack food, bring, share responsibilities. I don't like the do. So it's throwing me off because I keep thinking it's saying don't. Um, sorry, rant over. Y'all can enjoy this without my continued advice. Well, I lost my okay.
Bring
Bring
along some
along
sweet treats.
I mean, I don't know why that's a good idea, but like it's natural, I guess, for people to
Yeah.
do that.
I
That seems a
mean, yeah,
little
cool.
cool. Moving on. Um,
Anyway.
Pest prevention. That's a good one. So we just got these bracelets and they seem to work really good, but they are bracelets that had the repellent. I don't know if it's just the scent or mixture or whatever on them. So they're just kind of like these leathery looking bracelets. And they were, they had different colors and that kind of stuff. But you just wear them. And I only wore them on my wrists. My son wore them on his wrists and his ankles, and my mom wore them on her wrists and her ankles. And all of us didn't really get bit. Like it was pretty good. I pretty much don't get bit that much. That's why I didn't wear them on my ankles. Um, but they weren't really annoying. I mean, I guess there was one kind of bit annoying is the string is extra long because they don't know how big everybody's wrists are.
Oh
So
yeah.
the excess of the string would tickle me, and then I thought it was bugs on me.
Oh,
Um,
that is annoying. So
but
it's
you
like
could,
you're like flicking away a bug right where it's supposed
yes,
to be deterring it.
exactly. But it wasn't like it wasn't like killer annoying. It was, fine. Um, but those worked really good. Another thing that I honestly forgot about until our other family members brought it up was deterrent for your animals. Well, you want to make sure your
Hmm.
animals don't get what are those twicks? What are they called? Ticks?
Ticks
Yeah,
and fleas and yeah.
fleas and stuff. Yeah, you don't want that. And like my dog has super long hair, so like we would never know if he had a Twix on there.
A Twix.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, so I wanted to continue.
Twix. I mean,
We want Twix, but we don't want Twix.
right.
So yeah, so
We
definitely pay attention. Go ahead.
we also have these little stickers, and we can link both these too.
Oh, smart.
Because we have these all natural stickers that like I said, you can have up to 4 on your body. And we did it at the lake and everything. My kids didn't get any bites.
Good.
So it's pretty
Good. And
impressive.
yeah, and they were on the lake. I didn't go on the lake, so I didn't experience that. Um, but yeah, being around the water and the worst place I had the tick situation was at so it was on a beach, like at the where the heck was I? Um, oh my gosh, it's in Nebraska. What's that place you just went to?
Lake McConaughey.
Thank you, Lake McConaughey. We were right off the beach, and it had like it was bad, and the dogs kept getting them, and like my friends ended up leaving early because they couldn't, they were freaking out.
That's fair. I
Um,
the worst place I've seen them was actually Arizona because they burrow in the dirt.
Ew,
Yeah, it's
gross.
awful.
That's so
But
gross.
something else I did want to mention too about pests is especially with picnics, um look
Picnic.
out for like try to not stay around tall grass for snakes. We walked right past a rattlesnake, a little baby rattlesnake, and honestly,
Oh,
I didn't even see it. We were on the way up to the car and it was like coming right out of the tall grass. And I was just like, oh shoot, like that could have been very bad. But
yep,
just
that
keep
would
an eye
be
out for that.
in that tall grass for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sunscreen. Um, Definitely. I keep sunscreen everywhere. I keep it in his swim bag. I keep it again in my car. I keep it, where else do I keep it? I guess I keep it in my purse if we're out and about so that I can reapply it on
Yep.
him. But I just do the spray one. I don't know if there's a specific one that's like the best for you. I did hear once that if you go above SPF 30, it doesn't really make a difference. So you don't need to go buy the 60s and the 50s and the 80s and all the intense ones. If you um, just 30 is good.
Yeah. I I think the one that we always get is I think the kids ones are always like 50 or 60 anyway, but I
Oh, okay.
honestly don't really ever pay attention to that. I just get sunscreen.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I, um, the heck was I gonna say? I think I get kids sunscreen too, the regular one is like 50. I think I just get that one. But I do this. Well, I wasn't sure because like I know a lot of people do the rub on, but I wasn't sure if the spray is less than if the rub on's better than the spray. I don't know.
so I don't think that that matters, but there is like we switched to one. called Blue Lizard, and it's
How fun.
mineral sunscreen,
Okay.
and it's like supposed to be more natural because I had read something about like, oh, you're spraying on sunscreen that's like baking into your skin. It's really not good for you and all this stuff with the
Oh,
chemicals and blah
great.
blah blah. And I was
Cool.
like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. So I mean, I buy the Blue Lizard one, but sometimes because I have to order, I've never seen it in a store, and maybe that's just the stores that I go to. I've just never seen it in there. But I have to order it on Amazon. Sometimes when I'm like out and about, like I just go, oh, actually, you know what? I found it at Costco. I found a 2-pack at Costco the
Oh,
last time that
okay.
I went. But I bought the 2-pack at Costco, and then I also bought a 2-pack of the spray stuff because how I do it is like before we go, so like before we go to the beach, I'm gonna cover my kid in the cream because whatever. It's the cheaper option than the spray. They do have a spray on
Sure.
Amazon, but it's more expensive and I feel like doesn't last as long. So I'll cover my kids in the cream before we go. And then once we're out and about, if I need to reapply, the spray is just more convenient. And it's just like, it's just as simple as that. Like, I'd rather my kids not get burned and have extra chemicals on their skin, than get sunburned. So it's a double-edged sword, do what you think is best. But what I like about the Blue Lizard one is that they also have this really little, like, almost like chapstick, but almost like a deodorant looking
Oh, and it just
container.
rubs on. I've seen that.
Yeah. So I put that's the one that I have in my purse because it's small. And then I have the cream in their pool bag. And then I have the spray everywhere else, like in their backpacks, in my car. Um, so yeah, I'm the same as you. Like
Okay.
we're sunscreen fanatics,
Yeah,
but
I have it
we're
everywhere.
also
And
redheads, so
I'm
gotta stay
not,
on top of it.
but
No, but you're
I,
blonde.
yeah, but I definitely like I'll just yeah, I just put the spray on and it works fine and it is what it is. This next one is very obvious. Stay hydrated, man. Like you're sweating a lot. Don't be freaking out that there's not a restroom near you. And what if you have to go pee? Like you're gonna sweat out your pee. Like just
Hmm.
freaking drink water.
Yeah,
I
that's so
try to.
important. And they say like, especially in Colorado, when you're out hiking, if you're thirsty, it's already too late. Like you're already dehydrated.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Man, it just also feels good too because if you're just hot, the cool water helps. Like it's just, oh yeah. This next one I feel like more people need to do napkins and wet wipes. Wet wipes to me are like I've become addicted ever since I had a baby, and I have them again
Hmm.
in my car all the time because I'm constantly like, well, he's just a messy kid, so I'm constantly have to clean him up before we're being presented in front of other people. But um
Right.
like they make especially when you're camping and like you're like you just get nasty and you got to clean your stuff before you eat or and like one thing we did um is we wore flip-flops when we were out in Nestas or whatever and our feet got so nasty, so I had the baby wipes and I was like, I'm cleaning my feet before I go to bed because this is gross. I was like, it's just
Well, yeah,
and so
before
my
you crawl into bed,
uh-huh
but you've always been like that.
I'm very, yeah. Well, I lotion my feet every day, but I don't like wipe my feet off every day.
Oh,
Um,
maybe that was just when you lived in Arizona
oh,
because it was gross out
probably,
there too.
yeah. Well, and I did it the other day too, because I keep him in my car again. But like we were outside for, I think it was his last day of school, and it just got really hot, and again, I was in flip-flops or whatever, and so they got a little bit dirty, but we weren't like we were just kind of walking around a parking lot. It wasn't like in the dirt, but uh it was just so hot, and then I was like we were going somewhere else afterwards, and so I like before we went into the next place I legit like wiped my feet down, cooled them off because I also have a hot feet thing, which by the way I'm going to throw that in here. If you have a hot feet problem, they have these ice pack socks. Oh goodness, like let me tell you. So there are these socks, and there's pockets for these gel ice packs. There's one on top of the toes, and then a big one underneath your whole foot. And my mom thinks they're gross, so I can't keep them in the freezer next to the food. We have like a few different little freezers down here. So I had to keep them in a separate freezer, but like I just keep them in there. My son is obsessed with them, so he has a pair and I have a pair, and they help me sleep. They're so amazing. But anyways, And we can link that too. I think I got them on Amazon. I get everything on Amazon. But
Yeah, same.
but um I did like I took the baby wipes and wiped my feet off and then I have lotion in there too. So I put some lotion on and my feet I just felt like $1,000,000 after that. So highly
Good.
recommend the baby wipes. Napkins
Um,
definitely are helpful too.
yeah, I always bring baby wipes and a paper towel, but they're something that I also used to keep in my car because it fit in one of the cup holders, like in the third row that I never went into,
Uh-huh.
are those wet ones wipes.
Yeah.
So it was like they're just like baby wipes, but they're in that little plastic thing. And I think that they held up better in my car than the baby wipes did. For some
Okay,
reason,
that's
like the baby
true.
wipes dried out faster.
So I actually use those exact things you're talking about. I just keep calling them baby wipes. But yeah, they're like I think they're just called wet ones, and they have
Yeah,
sensitive skin or on or original, or they even have some scented one. I typically get the sensitive skin because like I don't know if you know it to
right.
me it's just like if you're wiping it on your face or something, and I don't know if there's a cut or something. That's another thing too is like my kid gets hurt all the time, so I'm constantly having to like clean off his boo boo. So I need the sensitive that doesn't have the perfume that's going to make it sting.
Yeah. And I literally have band-aids and Neosporin in my purse for the same exact reason.
See, I have a
I get that.
whole I have a whole kit in my car, like a whole boo boo kit.
Uh, cute. Um,
Um, Go ahead.
Before we derail, I had one more thing. So there's also this thing that I bought during COVID actually because we couldn't like we would go into rest stops or whatever, but they wouldn't have soap. Um,
Oh
so we
yeah.
bought or the we would be at a park and we would want them to like wash their hands and stuff. So they have these disposable soap, they're like papers.
They're
So they
like
come in
little
like this little
sheets.
tiny container. Yeah, and you just grab a sheet and you like use a water bottle or if you're at a rest stop or whatever where there's a sink, you just get a little bit wet, wash your hands with it, and then rinse it off. And you can literally do it in the back of your car, because you just need a water bottle. But you feel so much cleaner, especially if it's a sticky thing, you don't want to use hand sanitizer. Like, it just you just feel
I was
better
just
about
gonna
it. So
say it's better
those
than hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer doesn't do anything, folks. Like you're
it
better off sticking your hand in vodka, in my opinion.
well, I mean, it's essentially the same thing. It does get rid of germs, but it doesn't help like clean off something, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
no, it just smells good.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, it says prepared with activities. That's whatever. Like,
Yeah. Bring games
um,
and such.
carry in, carry out protocols. Oh my gosh, it's getting all legit here. In many areas of the
Yeah.
country, this practice is observed. Whatever you bring in with you, bring back out, and that includes garbage and other waste. Make sure you have adequate. Oh, okay. Well, see, we were all raised leave a place better than when you
Left
got
it.
there. Yeah, leave
Or
it
yeah.
better. Yeah, leave it better than when you whatever. So like, I actually try to pick up some extra trash, and that's just good for the environment, and that's a good practice for to teach your children and for yourself. It's just try to take care of things, even if
Yep.
you didn't leave the trash there, like it's okay. Like you're allowed to help other people, believe it or not. Like I know it sounds
Yep.
weird to be nice, but it's okay.
Agreed. Just do it.
Be courteous to others enjoying the same green space as you. Yeah, see, I kind of felt bad. So like again, back to our Estes trip. It's actually kind of perfect that we were talking about this right after our Estes trip. But um I felt bad. So like I have this new little obsession of mine and I have a projector, a travel projector, so we can go have outside movies or whatever, and it's really cute and fun. Well, I did that at our little S's thing, and the S's place that we went to was like kind of like a cabin camping thing. Um, and we played a
It was
movie, and
the KOA.
yeah. And my I felt bad after like because I was like, man, I didn't even think about like people came out here to be in the wilderness and I'm sitting here with a freaking movie, but I did it, so I'm a bad person. I
I,
apologize to everybody, but
I thought you were gonna say how loud we were, and I was like, hey, speak for yourself. We quieted down at 10, which was
oh,
the
I didn't
noise ordinance.
oh, I didn't think that you guys were loud.
Oh,
Um,
good. I definitely felt like there were some times where I had to yell at my children to be quiet, and then I felt like an idiot because I was yelling at my children to be quiet.
I think that all the time just by yelling at my kid to be quiet because I'm literally being loud to yell to be quiet. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, be courteous to those around you because yeah, exactly. I've been to camping where, they're blasting music and they're having a big old party and they're like again, that happened at Lake McConaughey. Um, and yeah, just it's, there's other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I get it. Yeah.
we've been talking for way too long. We're probably just going to link this one thing. I'm not going to talk about the next one because that was all the do's. Now I
Yeah.
understand why they had do in front of everything. Okay, now we're on for the don't. So here's all
Okay,
the
but the
don'ts.
don'ts list is much shorter,
It is. But I
but
still feel
we'll
like
just
we've been
fly through
talking
this real quick.
forever. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So
it's pretty much like the opposite of what we were just talking about. Like we already talked about these things.
you think so? Okay. No,
Well,
this
it's
first one, I like this one. So this first one is don't carry too many things with you because there's people that just overpack and over expect their whatever. And you just need to chill out and don't bring it all. Like just you'll be
I
fine. Go ahead.
well, I agree with that. But then in the dues, it said to delegate, like have other people carry stuff. So like one person carries the cooler, one person carries, whatever. And I feel like that's like the thing.
Oh, I thought this was saying like don't pack too much, not just actual
I just said
carrying.
don't try to carry too many heavy things with you.
Oh, well, see. Helps if I read.
I mean, I do agree with what you're saying though. Like don't over it's hard because you want to be prepared for everything, but don't overpack.
Well, and maybe that's where I'm looking. It's like, okay, like go ahead and pack this stuff, that's fine, but more um I don't know,
Keep the
just
car
don't
nearby as needed.
yeah, like for instance, um I think one of them said like, prepare activities and that kind of stuff. To me, like going on the picnic is the activity, but I could be wrong about that.
Well,
Um,
I mean, yeah, the one that it showed was like badminton, and that's I don't know,
that's kind
easy.
of
And
cute.
maybe when our kids get older, we'll do that kind of stuff. But
Well, and
usually
they
where we picnic is at a park, so like they can go play.
well they do have they do have somewhere it's like a multiple game in one thing. So that's kind of
Hmm.
nice. So maybe do that too so you're not bringing as much stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but I remember one person, I don't remember who it was, but they brought like we were camping or whatever and they brought the bassinet, which is fine. But then they brought like a rocker thing, like one of those bouncer things or whatever. And I thought
Oh
that was
yeah.
a little bit like just put the kid on the floor. Like they don't need to, you know. So it's like that's what I thought it was saying. So just don't bring all the super, super necessity stuff and try to keep it like, you know, in a backpack or diaper bag or
Right.
um
Like you're going out to get away from your house. You don't want to bring your whole house
bring
with
your
you.
house. Exactly. That's what I thought it was saying. Oh,
I
see,
get
I
it.
see. It
See,
says pay
pay
attention to the
attention to the
weather.
weather.
And
We already talked about that one.
why is that in the don't? That's dumb.
I don't know. And the
Don't
next
place your
one,
shoes on the Oh my gosh, these are the same exact things. Okay, dumb. We're not gonna read the
don't waste too
don'ts.
much time looking for the perfect space. It's literally the exact same thing, just phrased differently.
Cool. On to the next one. We won't talk about it for too long. I feel like
Yeah,
we've
I have a
added
feeling a lot of these are already like what we just talked about, like the
bugs.
bugs,
Don't ignore your body's
hydration,
warning signs. Oh, okay, hydration. Um, what? Oh, eat seasonal produce. Okay.
fresh fruits.
Okay. Which they
Yeah.
do taste better. I tell you what, like I'm all of a sudden going into this phase where I'm like, I never, because mom, when I was younger, would always say like, oh, they're not in season, they're not in season. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like I've never even noticed. But now
Right.
I'm definitely noticing when my cherry tomatoes are not in season, man. Like
Yeah,
struggle.
you can totally tell. Crazy.
Okay, so this next one is don't grill meats over high heat. What does that mean?
I don't like the description here, and I feel like it's too much.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand. Shorten grill time by microwaving the food first. You're gonna tell me a microwave is healthier than a grill? Girl, I don't think so.
So it straight up says in here, we're arguing with this
I
it
mean,
straight
we're
up says
literally arguing with a
studies.
doctor. We have no leg to stand on.
Also, we don't have to bring this up in our podcast, but we did. Okay, so it says studies suggest it breaks down muscle proteins in meat and creates a cancer-causing substance, which can jumpstart the cancer development process. Dr. Blah 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 blah. Says um shorten grill time by microwaving food first. I 100% agree with cousin. I
I
feel like
just
the
feel like,
microwave, like you're not even supposed to stand near the microwave. It's so bad for you.
right. And I also heard like, because I Googled this because I don't know about you, but I like my hot dogs charred a little bit.
I do not. Gross
And
you.
and I looked it up once because I was like, oh my gosh, am I causing myself cancer because I have it charred? And I had read that was a myth. So I
I didn't know that
also
was a
agree with
thing.
this is a myth. Yeah. I'm gonna Google it now. Now you continue down your list. I'll
All
pop in
right,
when
let's
I'm ready.
see. Okay, on the court. Do know the air quality index. What? Okay. I feel like that's a little out there, but sure, pay attention to your air quality, folks. What? What's the
It
face?
says
What?
it's true.
Oh, the
It
chart.
says yes, studies suggest that eating burnt or charred foods, including hot dogs, can increase the risk of developing certain cancers.
Stop it. Well,
Oh,
now
well,
she now she's gonna panic people.
no, I'm just gonna forget that I read this.
Okay. All right. I don't like this air quality one. I'm not checking the air quality. Like, just I don't know
Oh, that seems really intense.
the air
I mean,
quality.
it's like literally on your phone on
Oh yeah.
the
Well,
app,
like what
the
was
weather
it
app or whatever.
when we have the um fires and stuff, we're constantly getting
Oh, yeah.
air quality alerts.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like every other day in Phoenix. The air quality is awful.
don't think you can beat the heat. Okay. Yeah, pay attention to the weather, more about that. Protect your Ooh, yeah,
Ooh, that's a
sunglasses.
good one.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't wear sunglasses, and I've noticed it a lot in Arizona actually. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, protect them eyes, man. Like we only get two of them. Actually, you can get eye replacements,
But
um,
that's not the
but
goal.
but then you'll start seeing things, like that one movie. There was a movie
No,
where she got
don't go
just
there.
just no.
Um, anyway, what I was gonna say about this is actually, like, I agree. I agree. It's very important in the summertime, but what gets my eyes the most, more than anything else, is actually Colorado in the winter when it reflects off the snow. Holy crap, it
Oh,
is so bright.
I'm just such a baby. Like I remember, so when my brother was married to an Arizonian, she would always make fun of us, but me and my brother would always be like, oh, it's so bright, ow, oh, whatever. And she's like, you guys are such babies. But again, she's from Arizona, and I don't understand why Arizonians don't wear sunglasses, but
It's
I do.
Phoenicians.
What? Really?
It said it's Phoenicians, but I think that's
Oh.
just Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
But in
Um,
case you cared.
I was like, am I getting a demographic lesson right now? Like, what's happening?
At least that's what I've always been told. We're Phoenician
Oh,
when we're
okay. It
from
says
Phoenix.
it says choose the right sunscreen. Yep, already went through that.
Oh, see, look, at least she was right there. I mean, the
Do
doctor.
I want to learn
Man.
more? I can't click.
Oh, interesting. Wait, that was a good fact. It said,
I'll go back.
if you do the spray one, spray it on your hands first and then rub it on their
Oh, so it doesn't get in your eyeballs?
skin. Well, it was the inhalation risk.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I tell my son to close his mouth, close his eyes, and I just do a quick
Yeah.
shh, and
Yep,
then
same.
hopefully, and
Oh
then
yeah, but it does
sometimes
say in here, when choosing a sunscreen, 30 is sufficient. So you're right
see,
there.
see, I know stuff sometimes, kind of.
Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the fact that it said charred food is, it makes me so sad. Damn it.
But why is that? Like,
I don't know. We're gonna get cancer anyway from everything, so I just suck it up and eat the
well,
food that I want.
I heard that like milk causes cancer too,
Oh, my Lanta.
but that could have just been, yeah. But anyways, we ran out of stuff because it won't let me click on learn more. So there you have it, folks. I hope you all are having a safe summer and a fun summer. And um, I'm trying to think if I have any other more advice, but I don't think I do. You got anything else?
Um, Stay cool, stay hydrated, and wear sunscreen. That's it.
Totally,
Sums it up.
totally, totally. And go watch movies outside because it's real fun.
Unless you're in Arizona, then stay inside until this fall.
Just stay inside. Don't go outside.
I mean,
Ah.
yeah, okay. I mean, we do have like a lot of pool tips, like get a waterproof thing for your phone and you know what? I bought something this year and I have no regrets, but I bought swim shoes for the first time and now I can go to a water park without burning my feet. And I look like a nerd,
Oh,
but I don't care.
dude,
Water
like
shoes.
legit, my grandma got me, or I guess our grandma got me water shoes years ago, and I never wore them, but they were so like, I was so excited about them, but I also just walked around in flip-flops. But
Yeah.
definitely,
Well,
definitely.
because like we were
Oh,
talking about, they won't let you do it on certain rides and stuff, hold your flip-flops anymore. So now you like just look like a nerd and be comfortable, damn it.
yeah, man, screw Waterworld. That's one place that I'm like, I hate going to Waterworld because they won't let you wear flip-flops and stuff. I don't know if
Yeah.
they'll let me wear water shoes. I guess I didn't really think about that. But
I mean, they've got to have an option for something. Their ground is hot.
yeah, because that's my thing. I'm such a baby, and I'm like, I have
Yeah, you
these little
are.
dainty little feet, and I want my shoes protected, man. Or my
I
shoes,
totally get
my
that.
feet,
Your feet.
my feet.
I bet you they have to do water shoes, but that's the only other thing I can think of.
So I'm doing this new, just to, add on top of all of our stuff. I'm doing this new thing during the summer. My son doesn't drink a lot of water when he's at school. Like I send him with a full water bottle and he just like doesn't even finish that water bottle or doesn't even drink out of that water bottle and it's very irritating. So this past couple weeks, whatever I've been, and I think you already do this, cousin, but I've been having him. He has to drink a whole like whatever water bottle. Like I don't care what water bottle it is. It could be what he could pick or whatever, but he has to drink a full one before he can get any other drinks, any other types of drinks.
Hmm.
Um, and like all of a sudden he's peeing a lot more than he normally does. And so I'm very excited because I think it's already making a difference.
Good.
Um, and then hopefully through the summer I can get him used to needing that much water and then having to um yeah, just needing getting used to it and then he'll drink more during the school. So I'm hoping. So anyways, that
Good.
was my one more squirrel while you were looking up your um whatever we're looking at.
I said the quote. All right, I
Yes,
saw
thank you.
two, so I'm going to give you guys two, and I'm not going to talk about how cute they are.
This one's cute.
It's so cute. Oh, okay. No, this one's so cool. So cool. Um, anyway, summer means happy times and good sunshine. It's from Brian Wilson. But the one that I like that is so cute. Is in the summertime when the weather is hot, you can stretch up and touch the sky. That's
Oh.
not adorable, not cute.
Or
Totally
even
awesome.
when you can be outside in the night and you can reach the stars. It's my
Oh yeah.
one of my favorite thing too is summer nights with the stars.
Yeah. But I mean, it is true. I mean, I guess I could go for winter time too because you can stretch and like feel the cold. But you know, when you just like
Yeah.
stretch and just feel warm all over your body, it's just there's nothing. You
No.
feel like a cat in the sunshine, you know?
No, I'm all about the cold.
You're like,
Ew,
no, that sounds
gross.
awful.
Okay, please remember to like, follow, and comment to connect with us. We are now on Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook pages. Just search Calling Cousins. Love you all. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal, health, tax, or professional advice. We are not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. This podcast is not intended to replace professional medical advice.